All right, Coach Sharp, getting ready to head back out on the road again tonight to face Monticello. But first, let's talk about last week's game. Two conference matchups, especially the Harding game on last Thursday, double overtime. Then, of course, traveled to Arkansas Tech on a Saturday. So let's talk about those two games.
The Harding game was probably a really great game to watch. Had a good fan base here. I think Harding brought some people with them, and so it was a really good atmosphere and a game that had a lot of highs and lows. We jumped out to about a 12-point lead in the first half, and as a real big high, and then Harding tied it up going into halftime, so we came back down, and then Harding pushed it out to 12 in the second half, and then we battled back and took a lead, and I tell you, we're one rebound away from winning that game. Our guys did a good job getting the stop that we needed, and it was a long rebound that found its way right out to their best shooter, and he, to his credit, he buried a three as time was running out, and all the momentum was over there on their side, and our kids, we've been there before playing Henderson here at home. They erased a big lead that we had and sent it to overtime, and they had all the momentum, and it was very similar in the Harding game where Harding kind of had all that momentum, but being in that position before, our kids were pretty level-headed, and they went out and battled, and we had to battle back to send it to double overtime. So real proud of our kids for being able to battle through more adversity, and just couldn't quite seal them out there in the second overtime and score enough to win and get stops. We sent them to the free throw line a good bit, and that's where they got the majority of their points. But overall, Harding's the number one team in our league, and you play them to a double overtime loss, and a lot of positives. It's still a loss, and that's not what we're after. But a lot of positives. You saw our kids grow up, and the effort they played with that night was what we're trying to be consistent with. If we don't execute offensively or whatever, we want to play with consistent effort, and if we can play with that type of effort for 40 minutes as we did against Harding, good things will start coming our way. So it was a disappointing loss. Our kids really fought hard for that and came up short, and then there's no time to cry about it. You go right to Tech, the defending champion, on Saturday, and another tight game that went back and forth. We had a lead, they had a lead, and in the end, I think they pushed it out to 10. We were trying to foul and get back, the ball a lot there down the stretch. But it was probably a two-possession game from about 5 minutes on in. And, they played a big, huge 2-3 zone. They had a 7-footer in the middle and a 6'8" and 6'8". So, that's something that we're used to, being outsized. But we just had trouble scoring. We were 5 for 30 from 3. And that stat tells me we didn't attack the zone very well. We settled for a lot of threes and a lot of more open threes, and pretty good shots. But I thought we could have attacked the inside of the zone more and got some more high percentage shots. But again, their size was really, they covered a lot of ground inside, so there weren't a whole lot of opportunities to get around the basket. But those two games were, the defending champion and the current number one team. You feel like you're right there, and I tell you, we've battled a lot and we've come up short. I really hope our kids continue to battle, and hopefully that tide will start to turn our way here this second half of the season.
All right, you wrap up the first round of conference play tonight as you travel to UAM. Big game, some not just implications, I guess, for the players, but you've got some personal implications here too, some connections there with the UAM coaching staff, so
yeah.
Be kind of a little family battle going on there too with the coaches, I guess, but a big game tonight.
Yeah, it's about Riders and the Boll Weevils tonight. That's Alan and I are first cousins, our dads are brothers, but that's where it ends tonight. It's about my team and his team, and I think we've had a few good days of preparation for what they're going to try and do to us, and I'm sure they've prepared for what we're going to try and do to them. And it has really nothing to do with Alan and I. I don't think we've ever even talked about it, to be honest with you. So it's a big game for them, and it's a bigger game for us. There might be a little more pressure on them that, according to the standings, we're near the bottom and they're in the middle of the pack and they're on their home floor, and they should win. But our kids are hungry. We look at this game as another opportunity to try and get over that hump that's kind of stopped us from being in the middle of the pack. We feel like we could easily be right there in 4th or 5th with a couple bounces of the ball our way, a couple more stops here or there, but we haven't done it yet, and tonight's another opportunity for us to do it. UAM's a very good team. They're very deliberate in what they do. I'm sure they're going to try and zone us some. I would try and zone us the way we've shot the ball recently. So I'm trying to get our kids prepared for a slower paced game. Monticello really wants to try and limit possessions, and they do a good job at that. So we've got to try and generate some energy and get some easy buckets. We're going to have to continue to rebound and give ourselves more opportunities, and we need to get some turnovers and go get some easy points. And just it's going to be a grind. It'll be a grind for 40 minutes, and we got to be willing to go out there and grind with them.
Right, then you take care of Monticello on the road tonight. Then you travel up to Arkadelphia for Ouachita to start conference play over on the Saturday. So,
sure.
Looking ahead not only to that game, but also just the second round of conference play.
I'm excited to get back through the second round of conference. You get a second crack at guys that maybe you felt like they stole one from you the first time, and I'm sure Ouachita thinks that we stole one from them the first time. And it'll be tough to play up there on their home floor, but I'm really excited. We've had a chance. I'm a new coach, and we have all new players basically. Everyone's kind of seeing what everybody can do now, so it's an opportunity for us to make some corrections and hopefully get some guys healthy and back in the lineup, and really try and make a run at this thing here in the second half. I know we got 4 big home games coming up after the Ouachita game that are really, really huge, 4 in a row, and we gotta take care of our home floor. We gotta win at home some, and we gotta start trying to go steal some road games, and we've got to get out of our own way of doing that. I feel like we've been right there on the precipice of breaking through, and it all finally clicking and molding together. And we'll take a step back here or shoot ourselves in the foot there. So we got to come out and really be focused and really be deliberate and just desperate. We got to be desperate, and I think our kids are. We had a great week of practice, and I think our kids are ready to go play and start this turnaround thing for us.
All right, Coach. We look forward to seeing what happens tonight at Monticello and Saturday at Ouachita, and we'll talk to you about those next week.
All right, thanks.
Thanks.